Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the Wise Guys box. And it's a simple little room, an easy level, but it can be a little bit difficult if you're not too familiar with cryptography. So the first part here, we have a file that we have to download, and then we can fire up the server. So let's go take a look at that file. Alrighty, so here I've got the source code file pulled up in NeoVim. And right here you see he imports random, socket server and server, socket OS, and string. So here, obviously there's a file. He opens it up and he strips out getting the flag out of the file. We come down here, in the main we see he starts server up, sets it to a port 1337 like he told us in the intro text. And then it starts up. And that's just to handle the server itself. Now, as you go through, here's where we're going to start getting into understanding what it is we need to do. So you can see here, it says join random choices, string, ASCII, letters, and digits, and a length of 5. So what this does is it combines string ASCII letters, which would be A through Z, both lowercase and uppercase, and all your digits, 0 through 9, into a string. And then it randomly picks one out, and it picks 5 of them. And that becomes the key. Now, when you connect, we're going to see the XOR encoded text has flag 1, and it's going to dump out a hex encoded value to us. And that's going to be our text string that we are going to work with. Then it asks us for the encrypted key. If we get it right, it says correct. Here's flag 2, close but no cigar. Something went wrong, please try again now. A note. When you connect to the server, if you take too long to put the key in, it will still print congrats, but the flag you get will not be it. It will say THM, open brackets, try again. Now in the setup up here, this is where the math that we need to reverse, it comes into play. So you can see here he gives us a sample flag, which in reality is to be flag 1, and an XORed string. And this is going to be the string that we eventually will get back. So what he does is for I in the range of 0 to the length of flag, so however long this flag is, it goes through and one at a time it takes a character and it does a bitwise operation on it compared to a key, I, module the length of the key. So what this will end up doing is it'll allow this process forever, however long the flag is, it will cycle through those 5 characters in the key constantly. And then it adds that to XOR, and then he encodes it in hex, and that's what we get dumped out to us. Now I'm going to leave a link down below if you're not familiar with bitwise operation. It's a website that goes over about the process and helps you get familiar with it, and it does help you to understand a bit about the process. Now let me back out here. Alright, so I fired up the server in the back. I'll give it some time to go over the solution code, and then we'll get connected to the server and see what we get. So in here, as you see, I got solution.py, and I will leave a link down below. I do have this code up on my GitHub, so if you want to grab it, play around with it, or do whatever, you're more than welcome to. So let's go in, if I can spell NVIM right. I didn't even spell the... I always do that. It never fails. Okay. So let me zoom in here. So here at text, this is the string that I previously got from the server. This is just for testing purposes and make sure it works. This temp here, as it states here, is going to hold the dhex value, and you'll see in a minute what we'll do with that. I set up a variable to hold the key that we'll eventually find. I set the key length to 5. And set the flag K for known flag, the THM, open close bracket, because those are the values of the flag that we know, and that just happens to equal 5. Quick side note here. Don't worry if you're getting tripped up on things on any of these boxes or having a hard time. Sometimes you just need to take a break, go away, go do something else for a bit to get your mind cleared to be able to see. I will admit, worked on this box the day it was released, and I could have had it that night, but because of some other challenges I had previously done in the day prior, I was thinking of flag as in flag open bracket and not THM open bracket. So I was looking for the wrong flag, and it kept messing me up and throwing me off. So I had to step away, sleep, go to work, and it finally clicked on me while I was at work that I was using the wrong thing. So it happens to the best of us. Now flag 1 down here will be what we get when we run the key against this value, and we'll get flag 1. So this first for loop, as you see here, this loop will go through and unhex the text string from the server. So it'll take this string up here, and it's going to go character by character and do bit array from hex. And it's going to grab 2 characters at a time, and it's going to decode them and then add them to the temp. The reason why it does, if you're not familiar with text, is if you're not familiar with hex, the reason why it's doing that is hex uses 2 characters for encoding purposes. So I think this string is 40 characters long, if I'm not mistaken. So there's actually 20 characters in the string. So once we go through and we get temp set up, then we'll come down here, and it says this loop will go through the first 4 characters of temp and the last one, and using flag k value, find the key that was used to encrypt the flag. So you can see here for y and range of length of flag k, so we have 5 characters there. If y does not equal 4, so we're looking for the first 4 characters with this, we're going to go through and do that bitwise operation I showed you using the key and using the temp and the character from the known flag. And this is just helping make sure we get the right character from that temp value. But if we happen y equals 4, it means we're on the last character in flag. It'll go through and do this operation instead and pull the last character from temp, which will be our close bracket. So remember, the known parts of the flag are THM, open bracket, and close bracket. Because the string is, like I said, I believe 20 characters long, that is divisible by 5 perfectly, so we know we can take the last character to get the last part of the key. This last loop will go through the temp using the key to get flag 1. So here it just goes through the entire length of temp variable. And we're going to do that bitwise operation on the temp character using the key character to get our flag. And then at the end, we'll print it out. So if I come over here and run it, I'll have the flag blurred out. But as you can see here for this is the key. And yes, this is a full flag right down here. So right now, let's clear that. Alrighty, let's see here. Sorry if you heard my cashews wanting attention. Okay, so down here, we're going to use is netcat, and we're going to type in the IP of the server we have running. And the port is 1337. Okay, and now it's printed out the XOR encoded text flag 1. So we will just take this string, copy it, come up here, make sure I'm out of insert mode, and we'll just right click and paste. And then we will save that real quick. We'll come over here and run the script. And there's the key for this value it gave us. We come down here, drop it in. And as you see, congrats, this is the correct flag. Here's flag 2, and it actually does give us the full flag. Okay, so that was a short, quick, easy write-up for this room. It is easy if you're familiar with cryptography and you understand the bitwise operations. Like I said, if you're new to them or you're still learning them, I will leave a link to a website that I came across as a refresher for myself for this, because it's been a while since I've done it. And it laid it out fairly easy to follow and easy to understand. So hope you all have a good day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.